thinking and artificial intelligence. Professor Dr. Dipak Tatpuje will be delivering the session. On behalf of TrekStep and EU Gini project, we are very glad to welcome you all. As you all know, this weekly webinar session is part of TrekStep EU Gini project, which envisages to strengthen a network of CSOs to promote women climate ventures. So as I was saying, the non-profit funding canvas is changing day by day with the advent of digitalization. So it's important that we CSOs equip ourselves to use these digital tools available for designing and writing a powerful funding proposals for ensuring our sustainability. This session is exactly on that. The session will introduce you to several AI, artificial intelligence-based tools, which will be useful for you and your team members. Our resource person, Dr. Dipak Tatpuje, was earlier heading the research projects at Symbiosis International University. He's currently mentor at Miller Center, Santa Clara University, US, providing executive mentorship to social entrepreneurs through Miller Center's Global Social Benefit Institute. Professor Dr. Tatpuje has over 39 years of experience in the field of experiential education, project consulting, and research projects with various national and international funding agencies. He has done 17 projects with UNESCO, UNDP, Commonwealth Association, Swiss agencies. He is also a serial social entrepreneur. He has founded 2 CSOs and 2 credit cooperative societies. And he is very savvy with several digital tools. He is a Google certified innovator, Microsoft Innovative Educator Trainer, Google Applied Skills Ambassador, and an expert of the UNESCO Inclusive Policy Lab. Welcome you, sir, and welcome you all. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Bindu ma'am and TrekStep for giving me this opportunity. Now, today's session is specifically related to that of the project proposal writing with design thinking and AI. Just within the 2 minutes, I want to explain the purpose of this workshop. The proposal writing needs to be done with the national and international trends. And design thinking is a very important aspect that needs to be incorporated during the project proposal writing. As we all aware that artificial intelligence and the various tools and techniques of the AI are now changing the whole scenario of the activities that we want to do. In this aspect, if we are going to use these tools for the purpose of getting the things done related to the project proposal writing, then we thought it is a very important aspect that needs to be incorporated in the presentation along with the trends which are related to that of the advanced activities. Now, we need to see the impactful project proposal writing and its necessity. As we know, the number of organizations are adopting the advanced techniques and knowledge inputs in the various processes needs related to the grant making. And because of that, there is a growing competition for the grant among the grant seeking organization. The standardization of processes for scrutiny of project proposals is normally going to be done with the use of standard templates and the AI tools. Many times it happens that we design the proposal, but it is not in the technical and specific format. And as AI tools are going to scrutinize those proposals, we remain aside because of not knowing the methodology that is involved in it. So we need to adopt those methodologies and AI tool compatibilities with the writing and designing the proposals. As we all know that we are submitting the proposals by the online process. And in the online process, there is a specific algorithm related to that of the structure of the proposal design. If we are going to adopt the design thinking and the AI tools in association with the normal process of the designing proposals, then it can be streamlined with the online process. Uh, as we all aware that internationalization, globalizations are the trends coming up on the every aspect of the professional activities, and relate to that, United Nations has set the SDG 2030. So these standards need to be incorporated while writing the proposal. SDG stands for Sustainable Development Goals. As far as the design thinking is concerned, we also put the proposal writing in relate to that of the philanthropic base of the grant makers and how that can be considered in the design thinking, that we are also going to take into the consideration. Aligning the proposal with the international standards relate to that of the Sustainable Development Goals 2030. So which are these? There are 17 uh, SDGs 2030. So we are going to also taking a small overlook upon that. Specified proposal designing criteria are normally given by the funding agency or grant agency. So we need to align those one with the processes that we want to adopt along with the design thinking and the tools that we are going to use for the uh, proposal design with the artificial intelligence. Specified impact assessment processes of the proposed project is the main aspect that has been taken into the consideration by the funding agencies during and after the completion of the project. So it needs to be reflected in the proposal at the time of submission. So this is the overall necessity of using the design thinking and the artificial intelligence to intelligent tools in the proposal writing. Now with this, as I am talking with you about the sustainable development goals, so as I told you earlier, there are 17 sustainable development goals. And whenever we are designing the proposals, then we need to align the proposal in association with these sustainable development goals, not with the all, but which sustainable development goal is applied to that of the proposal that you are going to submit for the funding agency. As it starts from no poverty and at 17 is the partnership for the goals, then as we are thinking about the women entrepreneurship and the climate change, then it's specifically related to that of the education, then sustainability, as well as for the climate action. If we are going to think, then no poverty, zero hunger, these are the two sustainable development goals relate to that of the entrepreneurial activity. 13 is the climate action, which relates to that. And as we are giving the training to the uh, women entrepreneurs, of course, it related to that of the advanced education. So whatever the contents that we are placing in the proposal, those proposals should be aligned with the selection of anyone or the applied sustainable development goals to the proposal. So aligning the proposal or putting the proposal in association with the Sustainable Development Goal 2030 is very important. This is not only for the proposals that we are submitting to the international agencies, but it is also for the proposals that we are going to submit to the, maybe under the CSR fund, maybe to the other grant makers or with the government funding agencies, because nowadays the all project activities are supposed to be aligned with the various sustainable development goals. Now, uh, if we want to see the various methodological aspects of the uh, project writing and the related aspect with which we are going to think over here, three aspects we are going to cover in this presentation. The very first one is the project proposal writing, which is the traditional method, and what points and what aspects and what criteria and what is the structure that we need to cover. Second aspect is the design thinking, how it can be applied with the traditional process of proposal writing. And the third aspect is how we are going to apply uh, artificial intelligence tools or techniques to that of the proposal writing. So we are going to cover these three aspects. As far as we are discussing about all these things, we need to use the specific and unique methodology for the proposal writing. As we all aware that we are related to that of the entrepreneurship, then how that can be integrated with that. As we all know, a project proposal is a written document which outlines everything about the project, which covers the uh, identification of the problem, what solution that we are giving to that problem, what is the timeline of that project, which objectives that we want to define for the project, and what is the mandate that has been taken for the proposal designing, and what goals that we want to specifically uh, attain with that proposal. Now, what exactly about the design thinking means? Design thinking gives human-centered approach. That is very important. And this human-centered approach draws the specific designer's toolkit, which is of the innovation, and that is supposed to be integrated with the needs of people, available possibilities of technology, and requirement of the business processes. As we all are working in the entrepreneurship, it relates to that of the individual or with the cluster on which we are acting upon the idea, and usually this idea is related to that of the withstanding with the current market with the new product or service. If we think about the AI, then there are two separate aspects of the AI. One is AI technique and second one is tools. So machine learning, natural process language, machine vision, automation, robotics. So these are the techniques that AI uses. And in order to carry out these techniques, we are going to use the number of tools uh, for the proposal writing. Now, here we see, here I put the six processes, including the four listed points previously. Whereas in the first, we are going to use the executive summary in the with the core problem to design the proposal. So which point that we need to address? The very first one is who will benefit and how. What are the resources that we need to carry out this project? What is the timeline given by the funding agency or grant maker along with the budget, and where it's feasible to you along with the resources, and to achieve the ultimate outcome that we want to define. How success of the project will be measured, that is very important, because nowadays impact assessment of the project is taken into the consideration on the priority basis with the various funding and other organizations. And the last but very important point is that return on investment, uh, which should be specified in the proposal. Return on investment may not be in the may not be in the financial terms, but it may be in terms of the what output that the funding agency seeks, and what the exact specified outcome that we want to deliver as per the specifications given by the funding agency. Now, second aspect of the project proposal writing is, uh, of course, we need to put a background. It is related. It is specific to that of the research that we want to do, and the research specifies the deeper drive on the problem that we want to address. It may be given by the funding agency, but along with that, what is the innovation that you are going to put in? What are the already known things about the problem? How that can be addressed before, and what innovation that you are going to put in your proposal for the project, and in what way it has been done. What research is out already in the market related to that of the problem identified, but you are looking in a different way for that. And what past research, whether it is sufficient, of course it should not be a sufficient, that's why we are coming in. So how we are going to define the same problem in a new perspective and a new solution for the better livelihoods, as we are thinking about the women entrepreneurship. Now, third point is presenting a solution. Fourth one is defining the project deliverables with the available resources, as budget is one of that. Breakdown of the various costs, resource allocation with the plan, then maybe with the manpower resource and other resources required, technological resources and other aspect related to the project, and state your conclusions. So this is the traditional process of project writing that we all are doing, by the way, with the writing of the proposals for the various aspects. After that, as we want to apply for design thinking, then one more point that I want to specify. Internationally, there are a number of design thinking methodologies, or not. I'm not saying the methodologies. I say there are different models of the design thinking. The first one is the Stanford Design School thinking process, the school thinking process. Second one, Google has also put the design sprints for the design thinking. Then Design Council UK Diamond model is also in existence, and EDO design thinking program. So out of four these models, the point that I am presenting over here is a Stanford D School design thinking process, because I was trained by the Stanford D School in 2012 in the Stanford. So that's why I am related to that whole process and how it can be applied for the writing the proposals. Now we come to the Stanford design process, which covers the various aspects starting from the empathy to that of the last point that we are going to cover in it, and that is related to that of the test. Now, as very first step is empathize, what it covers: interviews, shadowing, seek to understand, and not judgmental aspects that we are thinking with the empathize. See that one, if we are going to compare all those things with the traditional process, then identification of the problem is more specified by these 4 points, which relate to that of the empathize. It means whenever we are going to write the proposal, in that case, as I am applying the design thinking process, then identification of the problem can be covered with the first step of design thinking, empathize, with covering the 4 points. It means I am putting the structure with these 4 points. Now, after that, we come at the point of the define, where it is a personas, of course, objectives, decisions, challenges, and the pain points. In traditional process of designing, we are defining the objectives, or we are putting the objectives of the project. The same objectives of the project that we are putting over here in the terms of define, with the coverage of 5 aspects of personas, role, objective, decision, challenges, and pain points. Now, the third point is ideate. It means sharing the ideas. All ideas, whether worthy or diverge of the coverage, and whether it is yes and any other option relate to that of the thinking, and prioritize. It means this ideate is coming from the process of ideation. And as it comes from the process of ideation, we need to follow the 5 6 points which are related to that of the ideation, related to that of the entrepreneurial activity, and how the brainstorming can be done relates to that of the ideation, and how it can be put over there as far as the prototype product is going to be considered, which is of course with the mockups, storyboards, making it simple in a such a way that it should be understood by the person who is in front of us, how that can be iterated quickly, and of course it is falling at the fastest rate. So we are putting the prototype of the business model, business idea, or of the project that we want to present for grant, maybe for funding, maybe for venture capital, or what else for maybe the, as the audience is specifically to that of the social enterprises, and as we all aware that the we can now generate the funds from the market. So that initiation, how it can be put in the prototype to raise the funds, that can also be taken care of. And before starting the activity, any entrepreneurial activity or any entrepreneurial project that we are defining, it should be tested by the pilot. So how that can be done? Understand the impediments because of the test, how it works, whether the ideation is proper in practice, whether the prototype can be existed, how that can be done. Now you have to put a role play. It means we are making a very small model of total entrepreneurial activity and looking what exactly it happened in practice and iterating quickly. See that one, if we are going to see, then prototype and test, in both cases, the common point is coming iterate quickly, because iteration related to the whole activity is done at the 2 steps of prototype and test. How that can be, that I am going to discuss further with the different aspects. Now, uh, this is a very important slide, and that one has to know all these things. We wish to apply design thinking as well as AI tools, as it is come out with the machine learning and everything. So John Morley Associates very precisely kept all those things in this single slide, and how we are going to compare both the things, because comparison of both things is very important while writing the project, because we need to adopt those steps during the proposal writing. So if we are going to see here, then uh, 1 minute, yeah, then here a brief design thinking is taken over here, which is designs the product this way, starting from empathize to test, which is human centered. Design thinking involves observation to discover unmet needs within the context and the constraints of a particular situation. It frames opportunity and scope of innovation, generating creative ideas, testing, refining the solutions for that problem, and it creates a repeatable, scalable process of innovation, which is altogether must be human centered. And if we want to apply the AI tools and techniques, those are, of course, machine centered. Why? Because we are putting the algorithm and all those things over there. Or if we are going to use the tool, then that is an algorithm, and totally a logical process has been set over there. So machine learning is a method of data analysis that automates the analytical model and of course the model building. It uses the algorithm and fast iteration, iteratively learn data, machine learn data from the data. And machine learning allows computers to find hidden insights without being explicitly programmed where to look. So, empathize and analyzation. Those activities can be taken in analyzing the data can be done on the basis of empathize, that we are going to think in the design. Defining all those things are of course to be considered with the synthesizing, how combine elements that we put in to create a new as a whole. Ideate, both things are there, as I told you earlier. Brainstorming may be the one of the process. In prototype, we start to tune up the model, whatever is coming in, and we did the validation of the test that we want to follow. So design thinking and AI that I put together because of the having similarities to apply those for the proposal design. So after this, as I told you earlier, this is the specific, the 5 points related to that of the artificial intelligence that I discussed with you earlier with the design thinking. Then, as we want to do the integration of both, then there may be a question that goes with you, how that can be integrated, even though they are looking similar to that of the processes we need to follow. So, in order to make the answer of this question, uh, this is the logical framework that we put over there, how design thinking and AI tools can be integrated to that of the writing of the proposal process. Empathize, with the empathize we are going to put the hypothesis. Of course, after getting the hypothesis, we are going to define the various parameters, objectives, and all those things. As we want to take it further, we need to handle and analyze the data to get the more insights, and of course the explore the exact context of the problem. To address that problem, we are going to make the ideation or starting to ideate the activities. With that, we are going to build up a model, and that model gives you a prototype, maybe a prototype product, maybe the service, maybe with the solution for the capacity building or anything else, whatever it may be. Then deploying the model for the test, and after the test, we conclude that how it gets fastly iteration with the aspects that we have been defined. Now, what the integration process does, it discovers the value of designing for the artificial intelligence. It gives overview of the AI essentials for the framework, but you need to know what are the components of the AI which can be integrated as the essential framework of the project proposal. Then we start to gather the various tools, maybe AI tools and the design thinking process and tips for the success, which specifically gives those answers related to that of the integration process. Now, many times as a new learner, we find that the process seems to be a very complex and everything, but IBM did the enterprise designing thinking into the practice. And this IBM enterprise designing in practice gave the number of solutions to the various problems which are related to that of the proposal writing and all other aspects of the livelihood into the three stages. And what are the three stages? The very first one is related to that of the principles. Second one is related to that of the loop under which we need to apply those design thinking principles and what tools that we need to use. And of course, this is a copyright material of the IBM, and they put the enterprise designing thinking process in practice for to address the various problems that we need to take out for the general livelihood and the other aspects. So the principles of the enterprise designing covers a focus on user outcomes. How that can be possible? It is possible by the restless reinvention and diverse empowered teams. See that one, whenever we are thinking about the prototype and test stages of the design thinking and the AI tools in the project writing, then we need to think about the diversified and empowered teams that comes in as far as the resource for the project is concerned. How it can be done in the loop? It can be done in the loop by the observations, which can give the insight or which can put you in the real world problems. In the reflect, as we are thinking about the using of diverse and empowered team into the project, we can reflect those one by coming together. And ultimately, what would be the make it possible? We get the concrete form to abstract the ideas. So this is about the loop. And now what tools we are going to use? Hills, playback, and sponsor users that can be used with the restless reinvention, focus on user outcome, multidisciplinary teams, and putting all those things in the observe, reflect, and make. So Hills, playbacks, and sponsored users are ultimately a tools that we are going to apply on the loop with the consideration of principles of enterprise designing thinking. So ultimately, how we are going to come at the point of conclusion? IBM design thinking is the framework that allows to apply design thinking to understand the consumers and build empathy with the speed and scale that industry demands. See that one? Uh, Here we get the first step of design thinking, empathy. Here we get the various aspects related to that of the AI tools. At the same time, we are going to apply a very new treatment to that of the proposal writing, which specifies that we have been using here as a enterprise designing thinking for the proposal writing to get the solutions of the problem in a better way. And these thinkings are not only on the aspects of the internationalization, but it also tries to cover up with the day-to-day life problems. So till this moment, you may understood that what the logical sequence of design thinking, AI, and writing of the proposals that I took in a sequence or in such a sequence that it should meet the international standards for addressing the local problems. Uh, think globally, act locally with the available aspects of the various standardized and unique processes. So after that, we directly come to that of the AI tool for the project proposal. So this is one of the AI tool which gives you a specific project proposal template. This tool is having the number of features and also the templates in which we can design the proposal. Uh, in spite of only showing the just URL of the tool, I'm going to give you a direct demo of this tool. So now I am uh, going to stop this presentation. Now directly I am going to the window of the AI tool. Now I am putting the direct tool over here on the screen. Uh, is it there? Okay, yeah. So it's visible now, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yeah,
It's visible.
yeah. So uh, now see, uh, this is one of the uh, artificial intelligence tool that we are going to use over there. And here we get the specific, not specific, but generalized template. And that template gives a format how we are going to define the various stages of the proposal, what documentation that we need to do, uh, what are the project management plans, how we are going to define. See that one, this is a specific template that has been given by this tool, starting from title, what tagline that we are going to put, ownership of the proposal, what sort of business case that we are handling, which problem that we need to address. It means ultimately we are getting the opportunity, what are the goal and objectives that we put for the proposal, the plan related to the project management team, related with the personnel, stakeholders, what is the communication plan that we are putting in, what are the project risks, whether the principal investigator is aware of those risks, and how we are going to handle those risks, timeline, budget, next steps. So this is the complete tool that gives you number of various sub-tools relate to that of the uh, proposal design. So with the use of this tool, we are in position to write the project proposal for grant making, for taking the funds from the under the CSR. Also, we are going to use this project plan for fundraising activities. We can integrate the number of online tools with this AI tool, and once you did the integration, then if it is in the other formats, then that can be also integrated. Suppose that if we put the cash flow statement of the maybe as the project is for the 5 years, and I put the cash flow statement and everything in the Excel sheet, then with the Excel sheet, I can put the MS Excel sheet over there. It means integration of the normal tools that we are going to use, those can be also integrated. It means whatever the tools that you are normally using, normally what we did, we are putting the financial data in Excel sheet and make it copy pasted in the Word if the project proposal documented file is in Word, but here we simply attach that Excel sheet over there, so that integration can be done in the project template. It means here I have shown only these two aspects to you of the integration of the present tools with the template and getting the final proposal over here. If we explore all these things, then we also get the things done for the proposal writing. What are those activities that we did it automatically? We can do the content management very effectively with this tool. You can also put a workflow and workflow solutions over there. Then new age document editor is also possible related to that. Advanced sharing is also possible with the number of experts if you involve the number of experts for writing the uh, project proposal. Of course, you kept the security. What can be edited by the others? What the limited rights that we need to give? So all those can be covered very easily. So it means whenever we are going to use the AI tool and use of software and use of AI tool is altogether different. Because if we are going to define the criteria related to that of the security over here, then we are going to, then it acts automatically. We are not required to take a look upon those once the instruction is given. Then if we want to use the this proposal design tool, then uh, we need to cover the number of cases. So for that, we can make the proposal related to that of the marketing, sales, product design, technical teams, research, customer service, HR, and management. So these are the various sectors that has been specified by this tool, which can be explored very easily. Now, here is the template, one of the template that I told you. Uh, Related to the, once I put the integration over here, then see here, these are the integrations which are possible to do with this template. You can put the charts, you can connect the number of cloud files, you can put the diagrams. If you want to make those diagrams so attractive, graphic designing tools that can be also taken over here. If you are setting the background and if you want to share the past work done by your organizations and the next step activity for which you are seeking the funds, so those images and GIFs can be taken back in the project, so it can be also possible. If your photos are geotagged and everything, and if you want to specify the geographical information mapping of the work related areas can be also taken care of. Of course, music, podcast, those are the aspects related to that of the specific entertainment industry where you can show the sample of that if it is related to this. Many times uh, we have been tested the product or service and launching has been already done, but we need to make the improvement for which we are seeking the uh, funding or grant. So that data can be taken over here. Number of times we find that uh, we need to give you, not you, we need to give the uh, specific publication of the publications related to that of the activity, and putting the publications in the proposal, it seems very complex and stringent job, so those publications can be imported in very easily. If you have the social media accounts and everything, directly embedding of the social media account can be also done. Survey forms created by you, and if that data you want to integrate it with the proposal, because you identified a problem based upon the survey, and that data if you need to put with the specific database and all those things, so those can be taken care of. So uh, if you are going to see the integrations that we need to do with the proposal writing, then you need not to use the different tools and the different softwares for the activities, but all those can be integrated very easily. And not only the integration of those tools took place over here, but the specific format given by the given by the AI tool that can make the compatible aspects, that can make the compatible aspects related to that of the uh, various activities of the proposal writing that we want to do. Uh, uh, it means you may find that uh, whenever there is a possibility of the integration along with the their features and the compatibility, then working with the project, designing with the project, writing the project, and making it the good finished product can be a very good one related to that of the uh, proposal writing. So uh, now I come back again to that of the uh, presentation. Again, we are going back to that process. So is it visible now? Okay.
Yes, now it
Yeah.
is okay.
Yeah. So I haven't gave the actual demo. Just I explored all the features of the AI tool to you because of the uh, specified period that in which I want to complete the those aspects. But these features that I have shown, with the features you may understood that how it can be taken care of the uh, project proposal writing. So now uh, uh, this slide, even though shows a table, but it is very important because as I discussed with you, uh, design thinking is human centered and AI is machine centered. With the combination of these two, I want to make a proposal in a such a way that it will address the day-to-day problems and gives the better solutions and with the standards specified by the international community. So if we want to use the same thing related to that of the entrepreneurial activity, I put this slide over here. So each and every aspect is very important. Uh, in a week, here I put entrepreneurial as a case study, and in a week 1, 2, 3 to 6, 7, how it can be done. So see that whenever we are going to use design thinking based entrepreneurial course, if I want to use design thinking entrepreneurial course, then what would be the specific content that can be with the inspiration and challenges discovery, which is the real case project? What is the role of the speaker? Role of the speaker should be inspirational. What teaching pedagogy that he has to use? It should be student centered, online group based learning, for which we can use the Mentimeter, we can use the Google Slides, we can also use the Jamboard. So those tools can be coming in the online group learning, as far as the part of learning by engagement, and that can be handled by the cross disciplinary team. It means entrepreneur speaker is going to deliver the contents, IT expert is going to manage the Google Slides, Jamboard, Mentimeter tools, how those can be handled by the participants over the Google Meet or Zoom, whatever it may be. So that teaching pedagogy can be considered in a way. Then in next step, design thinking process and team collaboration is acting as a is overall thing can be acting with the mentoringship. It means the speaker is going to mentor, and he is going to just give the interactions related to that of the activities specified in the teaching pedagogy. Then team collaboration, for which purpose 3 to 6 weeks, how it can be done? It can be done as an activity promoter. And pitching day and judgment is of course a part of activity promoter for the entrepreneurial speaker. It means I'm here trying to put the role of entrepreneurial speaker uh, in the different context, how it differs, and whether all those skills can be acquired by the entrepreneurial speaker or not, and how he is going to address those activities in the online mode. So if I am going to submit the proposal for the entrepreneurship training in the international, national level, or for the CSR funding or else, and if I am putting the design thinking and AI over there, then what sort of model that we are going to consider for the entrepreneurial training that I put here as an example? It means from this example, you understood exactly how design thinking and the AI is going to apply for the entrepreneurial training project, which seeks specifically for grant and funding. So it's all about this. Now, uh, when we are going to think about the uh, more in detail, already I told you about the inspirational mentor, activity promoter as a role of entrepreneurial speaker, then how that can be taken in practice. So see that this process tells specific about the activity and the tools. When I am saying that the goal is inspirational goal, what two activities should be taken over there: problem understanding and opportunity identification. Which tools that we need to use for those activities? Desk research pest, and the human factor trends, matrix, empathy map, and extremes. See that one, the very first component of the design thinking is empathy, and empathy mapping is also done very easily with the help of different tools. So how it can be done? So those tools can be going to be used for the ideation process. The very first one, how we are going to make the idea generation, how the idea selection can be taken care of, what is the ideation lab, what tools that we are going to use, whether it is a brainstorming, whether it is a designing concept, whether we are going to use the Venn diagrams for ideation, so that can be also taken considered. For the project, we are putting a project plan. How we are going to put the project plan? Of course, we are going to base it on the PMBOK. Value definition can be done. We can use the Canvas tool for the plan. Scope definition can be done. WS and risk analysis is put over there so that we are able to present a project plan during the writing or during the proposal writing. Execution of the plan, how it can be done, whether it is an agile project management, where we are putting the chart burn down or where we are putting the other graphic, that execution can be also shown. Implementation with the tangibilization of ideas can be done by prototyping, storyboard writing, solution and giving the evaluative roadmap, quality evaluation, pilot test, and implementation plan. So these are the tools that we are going to use. Now, whenever I am saying the goal that we set first for the inspiration, ideation, plan, execution, and implementation, and related tools that I told, but if I want to do it with the help of uh, if I want to do it with the help of various AI tools, then I am listing also those AI tools you in the next slide. Now, case study. When we talk about the various aspects, then here I put one Microsoft Azure uh, marketplace case study. Why I put it over there? Because uh, when we talk about the uh, design thinking, AI, and all those aspects, then uh, it is specifically related, many times it is specifically related to that of the ICT. So that's why I took sample over here where uh, we put only 4 week and a 4 week program. And for what 4 week program has been taken, how design thinking workshop leads to the artificial intelligence innovation that is done by the uh, Microsoft Azure with the machine learning and all those aspects. In the offer, within 1 and 2 week, there is a problem definition, design thinking for artificial intelligence, machine learning systems in HLS. Now in week 3, in visionized solution of the prototypes, what those can be done? It is done with the variables. How it can be done with the variables. In the first 1 and 2 week, the deliverables can be defined with the business problem and highly relevant priority areas. So this deliverable is in the week 1 and 2. Uh, for week 3, deliverable is specifically related to that of the envisioning the solution for prototypes, and in week 4, planning the roadmap and technical architecture. So Microsoft Azure, this case study that I put over here with the value propositions and all those things, how those can be applied to that of the ICT related problems and everything. So after considering this uh, uh, case study, as I told you earlier, to carry out the number of activities, I put the specific tools for writing a proposal, a project proposal. The very first one is the Taskade, second one is PandaDoc, then third one is the Pepify, and fourth one is the Jotform. So these 4 tools that I put over here, those are specific to that of the activities. Taskade does the automation and creation of number of things which related to the high quality project proposals, which is related to that of the uh, maybe with the ICT and the agri or with the climate related aspects. Then Pandoc gives you the sample templates, and those templates are covering the applied artificial science, neural networks, and cognitive science. It means many times what cognitive science that you applied, where the neural network is applied or not. So those aspects, so the PANDOC is specifically related to that of the uh, medical or paramedical proposal designing. Then Pepify gives you the execution, testing, and measuring the innovative solutions based on the Herbert Simpson's methodology, which is the very popular methodology for designing the solutions for the problems. So that has been taken over here. Uh, then Jot form is useful to describe the overall project, then their contents, budget, outcome, and generate the ideas, and also to do the activities as specified by me in the earlier slide. So these are the few tools that I have listed. More than that, there are a number of tools, but I put very few in front of one demo and listing of other tools that I put over here, because it will be helpful to understand at the a very few at the first take, and then later on goes with the specified one. So now, whenever we want to write a project proposal, then uh, there is a online tool which is also available, toolkit which is also available. Uh, what are the exactly uh, points covered by those toolkit that are specified over here? The very first one is design and plan is the basic aspect covered by the toolkit. Then uh, the second one uh, given by this tool over here is related to that of the uh, align it with the standards. How we are going to align it with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and other standards specified by the funding agency. We can put those standards over there, so aligning of the project proposal can be done. Build a culture, then manage the activities, then if it is related to that of the capacity building, or if it is related to that of the capacity building of the persons involved in it, then scaffold the learning or is there. Assessing can be done. Engage and coaching, how it can be done. So it is done in that way. Just I am going to show you the this tool to you directly by the link. See that one. So I am going to show the tool. Is it available? Is it on the screen?
Yes, sir. Now it is coming.
Yeah.
Right, it is covered.
So this is the project proposal toolkit, and the graphics that I have shown you earlier in the earlier slide, it covers all those aspects of the points covered in the graphics in the in this tool. So if we are going to see, we can get the number of templates. Then uh, templates are also for the generic project proposal templates, short proposal template, then whether it can be put on the Google Drive or where it can be used in the Microsoft Word, because alignment is subjected to change. Then whether the generic project can be done in the Microsoft. What are the project samples? You can also get the project samples over here. Uh, is it on the screen now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
It's visible now.
Yes.
Yeah. So those aspects are over there. Then you can also make the uh, writing of the proposal by using the practical docs, and freelance writer is also available for the upwork of the proposal that you are going to put over there. So how problem, vision, benefit, deliverable, success criteria, putting the deadlines, plan, what is the cost, how it can be taken. So those guiding videos are also on this on available on the toolkit. Then if you want to present the same proposal to the funding agency, how it can be done. So that can those samples are also available on this toolkit, and uh, various other integrations can be done specifically with the project proposal toolkit, which gives the more specific and related aspect, uh, which defines with the project proposal writing and putting that project proposal for the uh, various activities and for also for the grants that you want to take. Then how which are the assessing criteria, those can be considered, and based upon the assessing criteria how it can be converted, that can be also taken over there. So this is the one of the toolkit that we are getting, uh, or we are going to use those that tool for proposal writing.
So the
So,
link for this toolkit, if you can share.
yeah. Even though in chat box, I am going to put these links.
That will be better, sir.
Just 1 minute. This toolkit link that I am putting in the chat box, it is over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Then
The other one, AI tools you have given in the presentation itself, that's okay.
yeah,
This you have given in chat box.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Fantastic.
And then also I give the link related to that of the other tool that I discussed with you. This is also other link that I put over in the chat box.
Right, sir.
Yeah. So kind of related to the other 4-5 tools that I mentioned, it can be searched. Of course, we are going to share this presentation with the participants. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are going to share.
yeah. So they will be able to get those links with the presentation and all those aspects.
Yes,
So
sir. We will.
this project proposal writing toolkit will be very much useful to use for the is it the slide is now available?
Oh, yes, sir. Now it is coming.
Now it is coming. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So so this is just the presentation of project proposal toolkit. Then after that, uh, connecting with the donors and grant makers for long-term partnership is possible only with the positive impact of projects and strength of its replication, how this project can be replicated. A proposal should be relevant to the social concerns and the mandate given by the funding agency. Proposal should be practiced on the field rather than the academic design. See that one academic proposal design is different, and when we seek the grant for that, then it is different. Proposal must fulfill the requirements of the outcome specified in the call for proposals. Project should deliver more than the mandatory aspects, and project with the community involvement. If these characteristics are specifically mentioned in the proposal, then ultimately you can get the long-term partnership with uh, the grant makers and the uh, grant providers.
Definitely, sir.
So if we are going to see now, it is 4:15, and I completely
No issues, sir. It is a wonderful presentation.
yeah.
We will give some time, if it is okay with you, 2 to 3 minutes for any questions, sir. It is okay?
Yeah,
Can
yes.
we give?
It's
Right.
okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Participants, if you got any doubt, if you got any questions, it's a time you can unmute and ask for that.
Yeah.
So sir is with us for another 5 minutes. He will be
Yes.
very
Yes, sir.
thankful to us. You can ask for us another 2 to 3 minutes. We can wait. If
Yes.
anybody is having any questions, any doubt, even you can ask in somebody is in from northern states, you can ask even in Hindi.
Yeah.
Sir is from Maharashtra, he will be able to answer Marathi, Hindi, or any no issue.
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
You will be very happy to answer. So please feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, please.
Another 2 to 3 minutes, we will wait.
Yeah. I hope there is no questions.
Right, sir. Okay. In the meanwhile,
Yeah.
in the meanwhile, sir, really, we are thankful, sir. I think we are seeing the chat box. This is a new area. You have given very fantastic demonstrations also. You have given usually how we'll write proposal, and with the help of design thinking and artificial intelligence, how we can change that proposal into very informative and useful one and a winning one, and what are all the tools we should use in design thinking, and how we can integrate design thinking and artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
You have given so many examples, and you have also given the free websites where you can get that data. Really, it is very useful, sir. I hope it is very beneficial to all the members who participated here. I think all the people who joined are waiting for a long time without even a single minute lose to hear from you. Really thankful to you, sir. Very useful information. On behalf of Team TechStep, we are very thankful to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
So thank you, sir. One question, sir. Please.
Yeah, please.
Yes,
sir. Sir, excellent presentation, sir. It is new one.
Yeah.
So one thing is the donor, though the donor agencies are expecting a very crisp and clear proposal, project proposal within two to 3 pages.
Yeah.
So suppose if you applicable these artificial intelligence, everything, the project proposal size may be very number of pages may high, sir.
Yeah, it can be reduced because whatever we have written in the different structure of the project proposal, if we want to reduce it within 2-3 pages by using artificial intelligence, it extracts in a better way. So that
can it be possible?
Yeah,
can it be possible to?
Yes, it's
2 to 3 pages.
Yes, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. So can you please share some model proposals, sir, please, sir?
So it is already available. Tomorrow, sir. The site, the site is கொடுத்திருக்காங்க இல்லையா? அதுவே பாத்தீங்கன்னா 3 இருக்கு. அதாவது மாடல் ப்ரொபோசல் இருக்கு. கொடுத்திருக்காங்க.
சரிங்க சார். ஓகே.
You can see.
The PPT கூட கொஞ்சம் முடிஞ்சா கொஞ்சம் ஷேர் பண்ணிடுங்க சார்.
கண்டிப்பா இல்ல.
சார்.
We will share. So far,
really it is very useful, sir.
1 minute. So far, for all the benefit of the people who has reached here, we are sharing all the PPT specifically to the participants, and we are also posting so far whatever the webinar has happened, and also this proposal in the separate Jenny link. We also shared with you whatever training has happened, whatever proposal PPTs have been made. Sir himself has already done one webinar and he has given a valuable presentation. That has also been posted there. You can see at any point of time.
Thank you.
That is already we have shared in the group. We have already shared. This PPT we will share with you. Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Okay, sir. Very nice, sir. Very nice.
Any other questions?
Outstanding performance, Dr. Tatpuje, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for compliment.
Because it is a very new subject.
Yeah.
Sir has handled it very well. So that he has given information also, he has given demonstrations also by going into the site, how it is, how it can be useful. So definitely it is very useful, sir. I think Madam has, you will give.
Thank you very much, sir. It was actually kind of an eye opener for many of the NGOs here. Like we can use these live tools because we can develop something and keep it whenever we have a call for proposal. We can use that documentation.
Yeah.
We'll be always ready.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of
Yeah, thank you very much, madam, sir, and whole team TechStep. Yeah, thank you.